Why are you paying your agents? This is going to be the only business in the world I have heard of that pays your people to harass your own customers. These are customers who have purchased a ticket. Your customers hate it. This is one of the reasons they hate to fly. I can't believe you're still doing it. How much money have you made on it this year so far? So I don't feel sorry for you one little bit. In fact, I think you should apologize right now to all of your customers for what you're doing to them. And
what we just witnessed in this Senate hearing should make every single American furious. Senator Josh Hawley just exposed something that most of us already feel in our gut every time we walk into an airport. The airline industry does not respect us. They don't value us. They treat us like walking ATMs, and they've built their entire business model around milking hardworking Americans for every last dollar. This is the Prodigy Unfiltered.
Paying your gate agents, so it sounds like you're still doing it. You're still paying them money to harass customers from bringing bags onto the airline by saying it's too big or doesn't fit in a little box or whatever the case may be. You're still doing it. That's your testimony today? Why?
I don't know that I would describe it that way, but we do provide incentives.
Why would you pay your own employees to harass your customers? Why is this good business practice?
Unbundling enables us to offer low fares. And the lower fares, many people could not afford to fly if they didn't have the lower fare option. But in order for the system to work, everyone has to be treated fairly. And when people then, a small percentage.
Wait a minute. Why are you paying your agents? This is going to be the only business in the world I have heard of that pays your people to harass your own customers. These are customers who have purchased a ticket. They have a carry-on bag, and you're paying your people at the gate to stop them and say, your bag is not quite right. It doesn't fit in this. We heard testimony. The Permanent Select Committee in this Senate has done a thorough investigation of this. We heard testimony from numerous of your customers saying they were wrongly stopped and harassed. There's no appeals process. There's nothing. You're making gobs of money on it. You generated $40 million in fees on this, according to your own data. That's amazing. And you're still doing it. I mean, in what world is this defensible?
It's fair.
Is fair to whom?
Well, you continue to insinuate that they paid for their bag, and they did not pay for their bag.
They paid for a ticket that allows them to have a carry-on bag, and you're paying your agents to harass them to stop them from carrying it on. You know, only other airline I know of, Spirit, was doing this, and they stopped because they said it was a terrible experience for the customers. Your customers hate it. This is one of the reasons they hate to fly. I can't believe you're still doing it. How much money have you made on it this year so far?
Considerably less, if you'll let me speak. What we did is we introduced the New Frontier. We have very simple branded choices, complete transparency.
Wait a minute. How much, first of all, you're not a victim here, Mr. Biffle, okay? You are making billions of dollars, and you're treating your customers appallingly badly. And the fact that you are still paying your employees to harass your own customers, I think, frankly, is unconscionable. I said this 9 months ago. I thought for sure it would have stopped by now, but I can't believe you're still doing it. So I don't feel sorry for you one little bit. In fact, I think you should apologize right now to all of your customers for what you're doing to them. And I think you should turn around and give them back the money that you've taken by forcing them to surrender their bags and pay extra fees after they've already paid a price. I mean, I don't get it. You seem to be totally baffled by this. You think that this is just fine.
I'm not baffled. I think you're insinuating that they paid for a bag that they didn't pay for.
No, I'm insinuating. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm accusing you, actually, of doing something that I think is wrong, of incentivizing your own employees to treat your customers badly. And the money you're making on it is astounding, just astounding. $40 million in fees. 62% of your revenues come from these ancillary fees, of which these additional baggage fees are part of it. And you just seem to see nothing wrong with this. I mean, do you not understand that this is why people hate to fly? They hate that they are treated terribly when they go to the airport by airlines, and you're paying your own people to do it. Do you want to say anything to your customers or to the flying public?
I think we've made huge progress in this area this year. We have introduced, as I started to say, we've introduced an economy product. That product is for $20 to $30, gives you free change fees, free seat assignment, carry-on bag. The persons that you're discussing are the people who bought a basic product, not that product, and they didn't pay for it.
Will you commit to quit giving incentives to your employees to stop customers and take their bags away? Will you stop that? Your other airlines have done it, your competitor airlines, your peer airlines. Will you commit here today to stop paying your employees to harass customers?
Can I ask a question? So
I'd like an answer to mine first.
We will look at that, but I don't.
That doesn't sound like a yes or a no. Can you just say, yes, we will stop paying our gate agents to harass our own customers over their bags?
We are not harassing customers.
Yes, you are, and I invite you to read the report by the Permanent Select Committee of this body that investigated this and took testimony from your customers. Indeed, we took testimony from your own executives on this. This is a reality. Or, alternatively, you could go out to DCA here and go and ask some of your customers how they feel about it. I know what they'll tell you. They'll tell you what they told us. They hate it. They feel badly treated. They feel like they're treated like cattle. And you're making tens of millions of dollars off of it. And I just think that's wrong. I just think it's ridiculous. I've got a lot more questions for you, but I know other people want to ask questions. Let me just ask a question about the FAA reauthorization or tied to it, and thank you for mentioning it a couple of times now, Mr. McGee, and particularly the automatic refunds portion. That was my amendment with Senator Warren.
We're well aware of it, Senator, and we appreciate it.
I'm glad that we were able to get it passed. Something else that the FAA did on a bipartisan basis, that reauthorization bill, was direct or authorize the Department of Transportation to issue rules making sure that families can sit with their children. And I can say, as a father of 3 young children, this is something that's very important to families. Now, a lot of times passengers feel like they should be paid to sit next to my children. And maybe there's something to that. But I just want to ask, Mr. Anderson, DOT maintains a list of airlines that are currently complying with this and allow families to sit with their children next to them. The children are ticketed passengers. I just want to clarify, this isn't free tickets. But they allow the children to sit next to the parents at no additional seat charge. Now, according to the dashboard that DOT has, your airline is not one of them, meaning there's Allegiant right there with a big red X, meaning that you are charging families additional money over and above the child's ticket in order to sit next to a parent. I'm hoping maybe you'll tell me this is wrong. Is this accurate?
Senator Hawley, as a father of 4 young children, it's a very important issue to me as well. We, in practice, nearly always accommodate our families. Our gate agents are trained and empowered to make sure it happens. And over the past few years, I think there's only been a handful of times in which we haven't been able to accommodate families to sit together.
But am I hearing you to say that doesn't sound like a yes? Am I hearing you to say that your policy is not to provide seating for families, that if they may have to pay a fee depending on the circumstances? Is that right? Is that why you have an X, or is this wrong? I'd love to hear you say that this is just incorrect. Like all of these other airlines that have green checks, we do not charge additional fees for children who have already paid. They already have a ticket. They're ticketed.
And the most infuriating part? They don't even bother hiding it anymore. They sit there in these hearings, smug and unapologetic, acting like we're the problem for daring to complain. I mean, you heard Frontier Airlines CEO Barry Biffle's testimony. This man is still paying his employees bonuses to harass customers at the gate over carry-on bags. Yes, you heard that right. Employees are literally getting paid extra to stop you from boarding with a bag you already paid for. Think about how insane that is. You go online, you buy a ticket, you follow the airline's own size rules for your carry-on, and then some gate agent, motivated by a cash bonus, suddenly tells you your bag is too big or doesn't fit and demands more money. That's not customer service. That's legalized extortion. And these companies know exactly what they're doing. Hawley revealed that Frontier made $40 million from these bogus bag fees. $40 million. And guess what? A whopping 62% of their total revenue comes from ancillary fees, which is corporate speak for nickel-and-diming the American people. And when called out on it, Biffle tried to spin it as unbundling and low-fare options. No, sir. That's not what this is. This is ripping people off, plain and simple. And it's not just Frontier. Allegiant Airlines was also dragged into the hot seat for charging parents extra money just to sit next to their own children. Are you kidding me? These are ticketed passengers, little kids under 13, and they're being separated from their parents unless mom or dad coughs up more cash. That's not a glitch. That's not a tech problem. That's a deliberate decision to exploit families for profit. Hawley nailed it when he asked, "How do we know you're not using this to manipulate prices?" The truth is, we don't. And they don't want us to know. This is how big tech operates. And now big airlines are joining the party, collecting your data, predicting how much you're willing to pay, and then squeezing you for every penny. That's what they call dynamic pricing. I call it surveillance pricing. It's creepy, it's un-American, and it's about to get much worse with AI. Because yes, they admitted that AI could soon be used to set ticket prices. Think about what that means. Algorithms using your personal data to decide how much you should pay for a flight, not based on distance or fuel cost, but based on how desperate the AI thinks you are. That's not capitalism. That's exploitation. So, where do we go from here? Hawley is absolutely right. Congress needs to step up and start putting real guardrails on these companies. That means banning airlines from charging families extra to sit together. It means outlawing incentive programs that pay employees to harass customers. And yes, it might even mean banning the use of AI in price setting altogether. But more importantly, we the people need to start demanding accountability. Stop accepting that's just how it is every time you board a plane. Call out this behavior. Share stories. Push back. Because the truth is, the flying experience in America today is atrocious, and it's atrocious by design. They want you frustrated, powerless, and conditioned to pay more. And that ends the second we stop tolerating it. Look, folks, this is what happens when corporations stop fearing the people and start thinking they own us. The airline industry has forgotten who it works for. It works for us, the American people. And if they can't remember that, then maybe it's time we remind them with new laws, new leadership, and a new America First approach to how business is done. So, I want to hear from you. Have you been harassed by an airline over your bag? Have you been forced to pay more just to sit next to your kid? Tell me your story in the comments, because it's time we shine a light on how corrupt and abusive this system really is. And if you're sick of being treated like a walking dollar sign every time you fly, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video, because this fight isn't about luggage or seat assignments. It's about standing up for the dignity and rights of the American traveler. And together, we're going to take that fight all the way. This is Prodigy Unfiltered. Like, share, subscribe, and stay in the fight. God bless America.